First, I start with the Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer. I put it on in a downward motion and I let it dry for at least 2 minutes. Ideally, give it 10 minutes. This is going to serve as your primer. Okay, now I'm using Whisper Pink Shadow Sense all over. It looks really crazy right now, but it's going to serve as a base for my shadow and cancel out any veins or redness I have on my eyelids. I absolutely love this stuff. Now I'm using Garnet Shadow Sense in my crease. It is so pigmented, a little bit goes a very long way, so be very minimal with it. You can always add more, but you can't take it away. So I blend it all over my crease, and then I put it in the outer corner of my eyelid just to create a little bit more depth. And like I said, very pigmented, so just blend, blend, blend. This is Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. It's another shadow sense that has a shimmer to it, and it goes great under your brow because it creates a great highlight and gives you an instant eye lift. This is Shimmer Copper Rose. It goes great on the inner corner just to give you a little bit of a glow and just finish the look before your eyeliner. Now I'm going to do a trick that makes blue eyes pop. You use a little bit, and I mean a little bit, of Denim Shadow Sense, which is our dark blue shadow, right underneath your eye, just in the outer corner. And that blue is going to reflect off of your eyes and just make them pop. It is so fun, and it doesn't look like you're in the 80s, I promise. Now it's time for eyeliner. I'm using Onyx Shadow Sense, which is a black eyeshadow. You use a very little bit with an eyeliner brush and apply it just like you would any liquid liner. Once it's dry, it is budge proof, smudge proof. It's not going anywhere, and it just looks so pretty. Now that my silk is dry, I'm gonna go ahead and work on my face. I'm using green concealer where I get redness, which is basically my chin and around my nose. Green cancels out red, so when I put my foundation over this, all of that redness is going to disappear. My next trick is to use white concealer underneath my eyes. It is going to wake me up and just give me an amazing brightness to cancel out any dark circles. Now for one of my favorite products. This is our Make Sense foundation in the shade Dewy. Our foundation is waterproof, so it is not going to melt off my face throughout the day. It provides amazing coverage, and it has a mechanical shield equivalent to SPF 15. So while I'm getting amazing coverage, I'm also getting skincare in this product. It is a must. And you'll notice I'm using a stipple brush to put this on. It gives a great airbrush finish. This is our light concealer. It is going to finish the look underneath my eyes, and I am using a concealer brush to put it on. Super easy. You can use the excess just in areas that you want to conceal. So if you have any blemishes or anything, this is the time to use it. Now it is time to contour. I am using Garnet Shadow Sense, a very, very little amount, and I am blending it super aggressively just to make sure that it looks very natural. I'm essentially creating shadows to give myself depth in areas on my face I want to push back. Now it's time for blush. This is also a shadow sense. It's the shade Pink Posy, and I'm putting it on the outer cheeks. I'm avoiding the fleshy area on the inner part of my cheek because I don't want to create any more roundness than I already have. Now it's time to give my face a little bit of a dewy glow. This is our pearlizer, and I just put a pump on my hand and kind of spread it out, and then use this brush to put it on areas like my cheekbone, my upper brows, along my nose, my upper lip, and my chin. Anywhere where the sun would naturally fall, that's where you want that glow. This is our Undersense. It is a lash builder that you put on underneath your mascara to give you length and thickness. While the Undersense dries, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. I'm also using a shadow sense for this. This is the shade Smoke Topaz, and it is wonderful for your eyebrows just to fill in any patches. This is our black mascara called Lash Sense. It is super waterproof. I like to use it in 2 coats because I like a really dramatic lash. It stays so well. You could even go swimming in it. I like to set everything with our translucid loose powder. I do this with a blending sponge. It is something you could put on in areas where you get greasy throughout the day. It's going to help absorb the oil and keep everything nice and matte. If you're feeling a little extra, you could add the Silver Rose Translucid Loose Powder over your blush. It gives a really pretty pink hue and a little bit of shimmer to your cheeks. Now it's time for lip sense. Make sure you prep your lips with just a wet washcloth, and then you're gonna put your first layer on. This is the shade Hazelnut that I'm using for my first layer. Now that your first layer is dry, you're going to do your second and third layer. I'm using the color Pink Champagne. It's going to tone down the boldness of that hazelnut and give me a little bit of a frost, which I love. Make sure to let each layer dry in between. All right, you're ready for gloss. That is gonna seal in your color and keep you nice and hydrated. This is the color Opal, which gives it a little bit of a purple hue, so it looks great with neutral colors.